Look at that new hoopty.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Whoa, wait, hold on one second. All right, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Giacomoto. If you guys don't know, I bought this hoopty this month, and in the first video, it wasn't working, but good news is I replaced the starter. It was a little bit of a pain. I have a full video on that, but I don't think I'm gonna post it. Good news is this car is now running and driving. As big of a hoopty that it is, it's my new daily, so I'm excited about that. So we got the project running. That's one project car less to worry about right now. Now that it's there, I'm stoked. Which brings me to my next point. We can start this by a little story, or maybe something that you can relate. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys do it too, but in the middle of the night, I'll go through Facebook Marketplace and I'll constantly find posts of project cars at a really good price. And typically it'll say things like, you know, engine needs to be replaced, all the parts are there, if you can get it running, you could drive it home today. Things like that, where it's like somebody had started the project and then stopped halfway, and that's why they're selling it at such a good deal. Well, I don't want to be a victim of that. This is where the Miata left off last. We took the head off. It's halfway down the block. I can't let myself wait any longer to put this back together, so today's the day. We're gonna sack up, we're gonna put the head back on the motor, and hopefully get this Miata timed. So we gotta get this Miata going. That's my goal today. So I have the block halfway down. I remember before I get into this, I want to get my timing cover back on the bottom half of this. When I took this whole thing apart, I was only halfway paying attention because one of my neighbors actually came in and was like telling me about cryptocurrency and like all this crazy shit. It was the weirdest night ever. And so the whole thing is a blur and I barely remember how I took it off, but luckily all the clips are, oh shit. Oh, these are, okay, yeah. Luckily I remember most of it. Most of these clips are the fuel rail. These are the fuel lines here. The only thing I think I could get wrong potentially is putting the fuel lines on backwards. But before we get into any of that, I want to get the timing cover replaced on this guy. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll set you guys into a time lapse, and I'll be right back. Okay, so funny story, when I put this whole engine back together, this is a timing cover, and you don't want to forget this because when you go and put the whole motor back together, you put all your pulleys and your belts back on. If this guy is not on the front of the engine, when you go to time that motor, there won't be a reference for you to time the motor. So after I did that and I didn't put this back on, I had to take the whole thing off, which I'm doing right now, and yeah, I mean, just take my word for it. Just remember your plastic pieces, dude. These are important. I wish I had something like some degreaser of some sort. Note to self, degreaser when necessary. Oh yeah, gloves. It goes like this, right there, right there. But first, before I do anything stupid, let me put my timing belt back on. Timing belt. Check. I'm telling you, G, don't forget the plastic pieces, man. It is seriously the most annoying thing. I'd be cool with working on the car if it all worked when I was done. 2 bolts out of 3 is good, right? Hope that's good. Let's get this guy back on. All right, awesome. Now that we got that all wrapped up, I'm gonna show you guys what we went and had done to the head and what I think we're gonna be doing to prolong the life of this. Oh, what the hell? This is the old head from, you know, the Miata. I took it to a speed shop where they resurfaced everything and steamed the block, or steamed the head, and it came back looking all nice and shiny. Super stoked on this one. Look at the bottom here. Look at that. So what we gotta do is prep this as well as the block in the car to make sure that everything is ready to get put back together. Oh, that's nasty. We'll be able to put this back on the block along with everything else on this table and hopefully have a running Miata by the end of this video. Wish us some luck. Totally honest when I say this, I'm actually super duper nervous. I've never even gone this deep into a motor, and I appreciate everyone that thinks that I am just this confident, outgoing car guy that knows everything about cars. Truthfully, I do not know that much about cars. The more important thing that I know is that I want to get back behind the wheel of this car, and that's what motivates me to actually try to make the mistakes that I'm going to make right now. One of the things I want to say, one of the things that really stops me from progressing is thinking too hard, fearing that I'm going to mess up. So instead of dwelling on the fear of, you know, failure, I'm going to just make an educated guess and then go for it. Oh my God. Moral of the story is if you want something bad enough, you're gonna have to take risks and, you know, make it happen for yourself, because no one else is gonna do it for you. All I know is that I need this back together so that we can go drifting. I don't want to miss another season of drifting. All right, let's torque the heads down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This uses a 12mm 12-point socket, and I'm just going to start these off and just tighten them by hand. For this job, I went out to Harbor Freight, got myself one of these guys. So when we get down to business and we're ready to torque these things down, 55 to 60 pounds, foot-pounds, and we'll be in business. I'm gonna start at 40, get up to 55. You know, I'm so nervous, I'm gonna start at 25. Now we'll work our way up to 40 foot-pounds. $55 next, or I'll go to 50, and then we'll do 55. I probably could have just gone straight to 55. Okay. All right. Whew, that's it. Heads torqued down. Woo. Sweet. All right. Well, I got a lot of work ahead of me. I don't know why that was so difficult for me, but I'm glad that I worked up the courage to do it today. If I just let another day pass, who knows when this Miata would be ready. And you know, the Protege has been super duper sick. Like, there's just something about this 5-speed that is super fun. Anyways, I digress. So, yeah, I couldn't let myself be one of those. I just couldn't let myself be one of those guys that was gonna give up on a project like that. So, I'm glad that we just had to just kept the progress going. You know, I feel like I forgot to wrap this up the way the video was going, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this before I forget. So the head is back on the block. We'll have to get it back to top dead center on another day, as well as put everything else back on. But the reason why I actually addressed the head gasket is because we had problems with overheating. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Jocko_moto, I believe it is. You know, I got a new radiator. I've ran coolant flushes 3 or 4 times, and did a heater. I did a heater core bypass, and I was trying a number of things to see if I could find why the motor was overheating. And after taking the head off of the block and looking into the back of cylinders 3 and 4 of the water passages, I could see a bunch of gunk and dirt and nastiness, just really nasty stuff inside the block. So what a lot of my friends are telling me to do is to run a coolant bypass through the block. So get rid of the thermostat in the front, put it in the back, and improve the flow of the Miata, which I am probably going to do. I'm thinking about it. I most definitely will, actually. But what I need to do after I put this whole motor back together is plug a hose. I'm going to plug a hose to one side of the block and run the water through, and hopefully I'll be able to move all that crud and corrosion through the block and out until I can get clear, crystal clear water from one side of the block to the other, because I think that's what the problem was, where the problem lied. One was that my idle fans weren't kicking on, but also it was just really poor flow and circulation. So that's where we left off tonight. The head's back on, head's back on, head bolts are torqued down. We gotta put the block back to top dead center, put everything back on, and then cross our fingers, run water through the block, run water through the head, the whole system, and flush it real good, make sure that we're doing good, and then cross our fingers that we can get this Miata back to tip-top shape, 100%, and yeah, hopefully get it back on the road real soon here. So anyways, I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. I'm Jocko Moto, and until next time, I'll be catching you guys in the corners. Peace.